I think that's as good as we're going to get. She's in my parents' bathroom. It's as far away from us as she can get.
It's like middle school all over again. You're wiener in your parents' bathroom.
True.
She's drinking out of the water bowl that's in
No. She's in the crate.
Oh.
She might at least try to nap that way.
Don't.
It's worth a shot. It's better than shooting her.
This is true.
I haven't old yellered a dog in like 6 months. I don't want to do that right now.
Okay. Well, on that note, welcome back to Dime Comic Bros podcast.
Why buy a comic that might cost more than a dime? Come meet the brothers who are here to waste your time.
All three of us are here, and it's a very special episode. We are sharing all of the topics today. No one has their own unique take.
So what you're saying is we're saving Colin's ass from having to pitter-patter around
No,
and try to pull something.
I actually have quite a few topics now.
I think he's carrying my weight this week, but we'll see.
What weight to carry, bro?
Exactly.
You're like the weight of like a pocket knife.
I cut my hair too, so I weigh less now.
Nice.
You did?
I did.
Right before weigh-in, he just...
Mm-hmm.
Space Mullet.
Yeah, Space Mullet.
Space Mullet.
So this was Daniel Warren Johnson's first major project. It was released as a webcomic, which I did not know until like yesterday.
Written and arted by the guy.
And it was before his partnership with Mike Spicer, which started with Extremity. So it's I don't know if he did the coloring, but it's the blue and white like mono shading. He pitched it as Cowboy Bebop and what was the other thing? Something else. I think that works as a pretty apt description. It's 5 or 6 issues, which took like a year between each one to come out. Working on this thing for ages, apparently.
So what I'm doing right now, basically.
It's true.
So basically, to summarize the whole thing, we follow a Marine who did bad, and now we hang out with alien that everyone's a racist towards, and he wants to save alien friend, and then he falls in love with girl, and then he finds 2 other friends.
And girl die.
And girl die to save friend.
True.
And give money to them. Yeah, you can tell that this is like one of his first ones, because first issue's really fucking rough. And also, what you can tell with the art is that he started out as a background artist. Like his thing was, I'm good at backgrounds first, and then people.
I noticed that
for
too.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
I would definitely say it has a massive spike in quality after the first issue, and I really like the first work charm of it. It does feel like a well fleshed out concept. It's not just like I'm kind of going through the motions to get out my first book.
No, yeah, it's pretty good. But, dude, the human faces are just so weird. He was definitely one of those people that was background, and then monsters were his thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And human faces are kind of like, this seems like a different art style.
I like the uniqueness of the spaceships. It's not just like generic spaceship shape, but I don't like the squiggly lines that form the outlines of them. It's very distracting. It doesn't look like Sean Murphy will...
The motion smearing
will go towards Sean Murphy will go towards more like Lego block of a vehicle, but this felt like I don't know, like
Play-Doh.
I feel like Sean Murphy does it on purpose,
very
so he can
soft.
make it, so you can have it easily turned into an action figure.
That's probably true.
That's what it feels like.
I'd put money on that. Yeah,
fair enough.
The thing that I was actually the most impressed by is I did not think this book was going to be so gross. Like,
yeah,
he's very good at doing very tactile and like visceral action sequences, but this book is just like flat out like just bones everywhere and like blood all over the place. It feels less. Dead Earth was more over the top and like fantasy-esque, while it was still very gross. This is just like grunge, which is just it's probably his most grungy-esque book out of like the lineup. I think I didn't realize it was going to be like as grotesquely violent as it was.
So one thing that really bothered me about the art was just our main character. Like that fucking straight line above his mouth.
I hate his mustache.
It's a mustache,
It looks
right?
like a mouth, yeah.
It looks like a mouth sometimes, and I'm like, is that supposed to be a scar? Because I know it's not the mouth, but like,
That's a mustache.
bro, why'd you he draws hair fine in this whole book, except for that dude's mustache.
Yeah.
Like, why?
It was very distracting because I would just have to like recentering my eyes on his head because I couldn't tell what was going on. Yeah, no, you can tell on the colored covers and then the main cover that it is definitely a mustache. It's just like, it's very distracting in the book because it's just like a little like Weedle Frenchman mustache, and it's like, why bother?
Right. At least like make a slit in the middle to separate it, something like that. But Howard's my favorite character.
Howard's the robot man, right?
He's got a skeleton face, yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Right there, finally. It's in like what do you call that? A hangar, and like there's all kinds of ships side by side, and all the spaceships look like they've been dented and dinged, and there's like not a single straight line. It's very strange.
You're silly like that. I like that a lot because it makes it less like it makes everything feel weathered, like what you said. Like it looks like everything's dinged and stuff.
If anything, it kind of looks like you're looking through a heat haze, but that doesn't make sense in the hangar. So I don't know.
Yeah, it does.
No,
Think about the engines.
But they're not running.
Who says?
It doesn't matter.
But it doesn't matter. I get where your point is. I get why you would not
strange.
like it.
No,
but I like it.
Yeah.
It's just a small thing.
I liked how the story bit off more than it could chew. It's handling war crimes and racism and the medical system's fucked, and like it's doing a lot of work, and it doesn't get there, but it's trying.
It's that kind of to build off of that. I liked the final issue the most, but it also felt the most like an epilogue.
The final issue's the best one.
So this was a webcomic that took him 5 years to make, about a year each issue, and I feel like he meant for this to either go longer or he got busy, I think, with Extremity around the same time, and he just kind of stopped. I think he should go back to this.
Yeah.
I think that would be really cool, because for the most part, the first few issues are a little bit more connected, but then once the, I guess, main first plot gets resolved, the rest of it's just like collecting new friends, which is great. That's like my favorite sci-fi anything trope. But by the end, it's like, okay, but why do we have all these new friends now? And then just kind of ends with like a monster of the week on their ship.
Favorite page.
Yeah.
My favorite page.
The other story bit that I do have, not necessarily confusion, but I do want to actually go look into, that feels like they weren't able to get around to it, basically, is why does Marty know, what's her name? The chick with the roller skates. Like, he has her picture inside his helmet, unless I'm...
You mean Howard?
Yeah, how, like, it's implied that he knows who she is, and he's going to go find her for whatever reason, and then they never explain any of that?
Yeah, she basically just says, Howard!
Yeah, it's like they know each other. Yeah, so it feels like it was a thread that was going to be put in later or whatever, and it just isn't resolved.
I do want to see that. That would be awesome.
Yeah, because I like all of the characters, and I'm actually kind of impressed with his writing on this. He's always been really good at doing dialogue, and he's pretty good at making it feel somewhat natural, I guess, even when he's doing metric fuck tons of exposition.
Yep.
But, like, the banter is great, and I want more of it, but they just don't... It does get a little caught up in the plot for the first few issues, and then the last one's just like, and now we kill the goop monster, which is great. I love the dishwasher monster, but, like... That's it? That's the finale?
The dishwasher monster felt like the most ADD kid-brained... fun.
I love that.
It's so much fun.
I love that so much. Also, the art was like, oh yeah, this is Daniel. This is Daniel Warren Johnson.
It's just like, weird as the final issue. It makes it feel like we went from a semi-serialized TV show to like episodic, and it's weird.
That night, he made dinner, and his wife was supposed to do the dishes and didn't, and he was mad, so he made a comic about it.
True. Hey man, he started this when he was your age. What are you doing?
Imagine doing things with your life.
True. So this is the reprint that they just did with like touched up coloring. I want more. I really actually want more.
I want
like even if it was a simple coloring, just shit something.
Yeah, no, for sure. Please. Like I'm cool with that. I really like that coloring. It is nice. Mike Spicer pairs with him perfectly, obviously.
Absolutely.
But it's nice to have a break, I guess, or something different, because when he does the little like floppies he hands out at conventions, they're just like little short stories.
Right.
Those are usually monocolored anyways.
Right.
So like, wow, that was loud.
Calling practice balls.
Whew.
It's my elbow.
That sounded like a shoulder.
I can also...
I don't. We're good. We're good, man. That's nice. I can do that too. I just was impressed by how loud it was. I could hear it over my own brain.
I didn't know anyone else could hear that.
Oh yeah. Probably got picked up on the recording.
Nice.
It was fun. I think I really like the dynamic between the two leads more than anything else. They have very good chemistry. It's names I'm not good with. Never been good
Purple
with names.
Man and Mouth Mustache.
True, yes. I don't know. I like their friendship quite a lot.
Yes, he's like,
bitch, where's the toilet paper?
yeah, dude, like him freaking out over toilet paper. Once I saw that, I immediately thought of you.
Of course you did.
Immediately thought of you.
I don't know.
Do you like the thirst post?
I love the thirst posts.
I like that she doesn't wake up pretty. Her hair's a mess. Her clothes are frumpy. Like,
Jacob relates to that very much.
yes.
But they do look pretty. No, I mean, like,
yeah, it's the natural pretty, but it's not like she wakes up with makeup on. Like,
that stuff's gross.
happens a lot.
That when I see that,
Well, yeah, but it's like the most common thing in comics.
I know, but like when I see that, all I can think of is, gross texture.
Ew, you haven't been near a woman in your life.
Yeah, I've been around women that have like.
Not you.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Good.
when people do it, it's the same thing with when like everything is like a modeling pose. It's like, holy shit, you really only use porn to trace.
Yeah, give me the Mike Mignola poses. Give them to me, where it's like, oh, I'm trying to reach for a thing, but I'm not reaching for a thing at all.
True, Mike Mignola's women look ugly as sin, and I love them.
No, they do not. They're literally the hottest women.
Those 2 points can coexist, you know.
Moving on.
You can't be ugly as sin and hot as fuck.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
We bought this new reprint
You're a prime example.
for $20.
Which example am I?
Haha, you'll never know.
True. Yeah, cover price is $20. I'm happy with my purchase on this.
Yep.
It
I
is
want more.
another thing actually, real quick, that made me think that there was going to be more. Is the previous paperback print of this was Volume 1.
That's what I was just looking for.
Yeah, I double checked.
I would have sworn.
Yeah, no, it's just this current updated one is just Space Mullet, and it's like, oh, you probably did want to do more.
Bitch.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna send this to him and a really nice review with bitch.
Bitch.
It's very in character.
We're never going anywhere with this show.
No.
Speaking about a show that didn't go anywhere, let's talk about Acolyte. That's a segue.
You are a segue.
I'm just kidding. Let's talk about Acolyte, though.
Okay, so do you want me to do the plot summary and then I'll let you guys ramble?
Yeah.
Let's have Colin do all the plot summaries.
Why?
Okay.
He always does, and they're shit!
No, they're not. They're the best. Okay, so basically the summary of this show is bisexual space witches that Disney somehow figured out how to make the most boring thing ever to the age demographic of 18 through 25, even though bisexual space witches are, like, the best plots. Bisexual space witches who have two twins that aren't really twins, that are supposed to be some crazy thing, and they were made by the Force. And whole new Force stuff that's talked about weirdly, and also Jedi bad? Question mark? And then also Space Witch bad? Question mark? Also arms.
Do you want to talk about the arms a little bit more?
Not yet.
Oh, God. Oh, boy.
Do you want to try to translate that?
No, that was perfect. Everyone's going to understand that.
You do realize that we have...
I saw the show
we have, like,
and I didn't understand it.
Yeah, we do... You know, we do...
Bisexual space witches.
I thought they were just lesbian, but okay.
Yeah, pretty sure they're just lesbians, but, you know...
Yes.
Yeah.
Evidence? Evidence where? Yeah, so there's a space coven of witches, and they use there's a... What do they call it?
Oh, and this is better?
Shut
He's
the
gonna-
fuck up.
he's trying
Considering
to-
I can actually do it, like, remotely... I can actually...
He's trying to think of the very specific, once mentioned lore name for
Yes.
the
Whatever.
practice.
A special... No. So a special weird thing happened where, like, life spontaneously, like, went boom in a good way, and that's not when the twins were made.
Oh, basically the force vortex. That's basically
Yeah,
what it is.
basically. And then they somehow the witches utilize that to make the twins, who are really just one person, separated. But that's weird. We'll get to
They
that.
didn't explain that
So
yet.
you
No.
told me the space witches, the lesbian space witches got force fucked.
No, they force fucked each other.
Oh.
They found the force dildo in the rainforest, and then they used it.
Yeah.
And it was attached to a thread.
True. True. And then a bunch of Jedi go visit them, and a bunch of bullshit happens, and the Jedi make a bunch of really shit decisions.
Don't forget they collected moss, too.
They did collect moss, and one of them really wanted to go home.
Force detectors.
Hey man, that's what I'm here for.
Star Trek looking ass.
Yeah, get this fucking Star Trek shit out of my Star Wars. If I want Star Trek, I'll watch that stupid gay ass shit.
Qui-Gon's communicator in Phantom Menace is made out of a razor.
Yes, everyone knows this at this point.
Yes.
A woman's razor, correction.
Yes, it's a Gillette. They don't make them anymore.
Exactly.
It's a really weird shape. Yeah, and then the Jedi half sort of kidnap one of the kids. The other one apparently dies. And then we jump like 15 years in the future. The kid who did survive is going on a quest to kill the Jedi who literally did kill her mom and like fucked up her life and shit. And turns out that she's trained by the apprentice of Plagueis is seemingly what it's implying, and then chug.
Or at the very least, the same alien race.
No, they said it was Plagueis. Outside.
Who said? Outside of it?
The writers literally said, yes, that's exactly why we chose the thing that everybody knows is what Plagueis looks like.
Okay. Well, you never know, because they do whatever they want now.
True.
Penis. And then the twins basically like switch places ideologically, and then one of them gets mind wiped and shit. Chronologically, it's a lot less interesting than the way that they tried to thread the episodes with the 2 or 3 flashback ones. Because there's a lot of like missing information from the get, which I mostly liked. It was a bit, not confusing necessarily, it was a little scatterbrained, I think.
But also, they show you a lot of what's going on that could have been a fun plot twist. Like the twins switching places, you already know, but nobody else knows. So the whole story for like 2 episodes is like, you're acting strange. It's like, ugh, what are we doing?
Yeah, that was kind of weird. So I have a particular point that I before you inevitably do your thing, one thing that I thought was pretty interesting was instead of it, so we have like the overarching plot is that like the Jedi are going to inevitably cover up this entire incident because it's more like politically convenient for them.
Space cops.
True. But it's not actually necessarily because of the actions of the Jedi Order, because Sol basically Sol is clearly a good guy, but makes really fucking stupid decisions. Like he's kind of being selfish and going out of his way to not follow the procedures and protocols because he's following his gut. And that's kind of what actually fucks them up more than the Jedi Order in and of itself.
That's why I like Sol so much.
You're a bad guy, but that does not mean.
Yes.
When I saw Sol, I'm like, I fucking relate to this guy. Because I'm not a bad guy, I'm just really fucking dumb.
Right, it's a very...
selfish sometimes.
Yeah, someone, I don't remember where I saw it, but somebody described Sol as like a sheepdog, and then the stranger as like a wolf. Whereas it's like, Sol is well-intentioned, but still like inserting himself into other people's lives to be like a paternal figure when nobody fucking asked for it, and he's making pretty bad calls. And then the stranger is just like willing to be upfront with his own intentions, and because of like all the layers of mistrust and miscommunication and literal lies, then Osha is just willing to go with the stranger because at least she believes him. I thought that was kind of cool. Instead of it being it made it feel a little bit less like, wow, we're just kind of doing Qui-Gon again. Whereas, like, Qui-Gon's pretty much always
Perfect.
right. Like, he's not, but he's pretty damn close. But Sol he channels that, like, energy of, like, I do want to operate outside just what the rules are because I do think I have some pretty damn good ideas. But that can also go very wrong if you're not, like, restrained and willing to, like, listen to your peers. Like, Indara was right the whole fucking time. Like, she's annoying because Trinity, but, like, Indara was correct about the whole procedure, and it was just like, what the fuck are you guys doing? And then just, like, saved all their asses. And then, is the first one to die. I don't know. I just think that's, especially on paper, I find that, like, really engaging.
Yes. So, my take is that, so at first, this show really pissed me off because I really fucking hated it. It's a shit show. And a lot of things just didn't line up. They're trying to do things that just don't make sense, like with the Force and these witches, and it's like, oh, hey, look, Dune did really great. Let's try to do that, but, like, bad. And now, after finishing the show, I'm more pissed off because they had 2 of the best characters in the show, which was Sol, the sheepdog, and then you have the wolf, which was the stranger. Because like you said it like perfectly with those two guys. It's like one is a good guy but keeps inserting himself in problems that he shouldn't do, like shouldn't be a part of. And then you have the stranger who's like, yeah, no, yes, what you think I am? Yeah, I am. He's not
but
like,
do you want to fuck?
Yeah. And so the show, plot-wise, is shit. Everything else, it's fucking beautiful. It's fantastic. The only time I cringed so hard when we saw Torben for the first time, because we got to see him old first before young. And dude, I saw him, I'm like, that's gotta be like fake hair, and like he looks old as shit. Like, why?
It's because...
hold on. And I was like, why does this guy look young and old? And then we got the flashback finally, and I'm like, oh, it is a young guy. And then I was thinking, why did they make him look so much fucking older?
Because when you take the Arabish vow, you basically like age in super time. So what the thing is effectively you're in like permanent coma meditation, so you can kind of observe things, but like he's so ashamed of what they did that he just refuses to engage with the world until he can like sort his own shit out. So for the past 10, 15, I think years, he's been literally just like sitting there levitating and not engaging at all. So he's like in like a self-made like hyperbaric chamber.
What a fucking pussy.
Did we ever find out who the Jedi was that was hovering while he meditated the whole time?
That's
literally who we were talking about.
yes.
Oh, all right.
No, it's
Torben.
yeah, Torben.
Ah,
He was the guy who was like, I want to go
It's
home.
the young one with the yellow lightsaber.
I gotcha.
Oh,
Bro did
another
that.
yellow
Bro
lightsaber.
did that Obi-Wan spin. Oh!
Shut up.
Hey man,
That
you were the
other-
one who's like, do. Yeah, you lightsabers.
Well, yeah, no, okay. Let's get to lightsabers real quick. This is what I'm talking about. Is this show is such shit with plot, but it's beautiful in every other aspect. Like, the lightsaber fights are fantastic. I'm not a big fan of the chonky lightsaber handles, but like I can get over it. Especially when we got to the stranger, where it's like, oh yeah, you know, like these lightsaber handles are like chonky, like your childish toys. Okay, check it out. You get the shank lightsaber that you grew up with too, and it's in Star Wars now, canon. When I saw that, I'm like, dude, this is so fucking cool. I immediately thought of you. I'm like, Spencer definitely had one of these too. It was like,
I didn't.
The coolest shit to be like, I'm a Sith. Oh wait, shanking time with your buddy. To go, it was the funniest shit.
Baby knife.
Yeah, it's like baby knife.
Yeah. So I get what you mean in terms of like the lightsaber hilts being chonky. I prefer the newer ones, but it is like the time period thing of like the technology has been less refined and shit. Like that's why half of them are made out of like wood. They're just, it's older tech.
Sure.
I'm just saying, I enjoy that it's different. I would obviously, you know, if I want to grab one, I would like a...
I think with how, if we're going to really think about, like, if we engage with the reality of Star Wars and how, like, the time works with... So, this world looks no fucking different than any time in episode 1 through 3, except for different people. So for you to say that it took that like these lightsabers would still be chonky at this point makes no fucking sense in that world. Because it's more like it's a stylistic choice rather than a technology thing. Because they've had these types of lightsabers for a while and they have not always been chonky. They're only chonky because the people who created the show stylized it that way. I don't think it has to do with anything in canon. It would make no fucking sense. Because even when they had the proto-sabers, sure, pretty much everything was in the computer pack, and the lightsaber handle was just the monitor in, like, comparison. But they were... No. In Star Wars reality, it does not make sense that it would be that chunky. And some of those lightsaber handles were wood because it was stylized. Cortosis in canon.
Yes.
Very nice. I actually really like the helmet. At first I was like, this is giving me like Darth Vader and Kylo Ren vibes. That's kind of lame. But then I really looked at it. I'm like, oh, it's like bronze and it has fucking teeth. That shit's cool.
I liked the lore reason of like, you remember those helmets they used to give us when they were training us as Padawans?
Yeah!
Yeah.
That was so cool. And it's like,
it makes forced to fight.
It makes the whole fight and it was already impressive enough that he single-handedly killed like 8 Jedi, but then and I did it blind
With the force.
It's just disgusting.
dude, that's why I love him so much. I'm like, you're the biggest fucking badass. Like, you are actually scary.
Yeah.
That you could have you just did all of this basically just blind. Like, you cut off your senses.
I also love the fact that while he goes from being so badass, as soon as his old master steps foot on the planet, he's just like, oh fuck no, it just bolts. He like yoinks his helmet on and fucking ducks.
True.
I like that. And Puppet Yoda. Yay, Puppet Yoda.
I don't really give a shit to see Yoda. Because why? It just feels like it's another Luke Skywalker thing, like in what's it called? Mando. Yep. And also the stranger guy, it was really cool when he just fucking disappeared.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes.
Poof.
It's like he is so in touch with the Force somehow, it's freaky as hell.
I think this should have been a movie. A little polish, a little snippy snip, have a 2.5-hour movie, wham bam. Much better.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Maybe.
I think episodically it dragged a little bit. It was just like the pacing of the story was like, well, that was a waste of an episode. Like,
right.
And then you get to episode 3 or 4 where it's just like nonstop fighting. It's like, this really wasn't paced well as a TV show.
No.
So I agree that it wasn't paced well. I think definitely the flashback episodes were not placed well to do that. I think like a 50-50 episode would have made more sense.
Yeah.
I do think a movie would have been a bad idea because clearly they do have more plans that they want to do. It hasn't been renewed yet, but like they don't want to just be done. Like there's still some hanging plot threads going on, and I'm here for it. So I think if they'd tried to do a movie, it would have been too big for their britches, I guess. Like that's, you have to have a lot of clout inside the Disney machine to, especially now with how tenuous the cinema relationship is right now.
Even if it had been a Disney Plus movie, like don't throw it in cinemas. That's not what I'm saying.
But how would that even make any money, though?
I don't know.
Okay,
how does streaming make money? I don't know.
So, what was it?
Darth Iger said that they're gonna seriously crack down on password sharing. So I don't know.
So Darth Iger is indeed correct.
What was that Jedi Knight's name? The one with the yellow lightsaber that was Padawans with Osha. Yord. Dude, I was so happy when Yord died.
He's so smug.
He pissed me off so fucking much, and he had no right to be so, like, fucking, oh yes, I am just the best, and I'm in the right and you're wrong, and shut up.
I was sad when Daphne Keane died.
True. Yeah, I was sad when she died too.
Rip. They didn't go on their little space date. It's so sad.
No.
Rip. Damn.
Yep.
I think like in the grander scale of like it probably should have been plotted out better. Like from the like writing before shooting standpoint of like you could keep pretty much everything intact, and then if you lay out either the way the episodes are laid out or like where the information reveals are, it would have flowed like a hell of a lot better without really changing much fundamental about it.
So I have a question because I didn't think about it until someone brought it up. So you know, like in the very last scene where the Soul's blue lightsaber Kyber crystal turns to red.
That was dope as fuck.
I like that a lot.
Sure, but like I don't like that.
Why?
Because I know it wasn't bleeding Kyber crystals were not a thing in episode like in the original like saga.
You have to have direct contact with the crystal. That's why they broke the handle and it was exposed.
Okay.
And
okay, hold on. You didn't even let me finish my fucking sentence. I know where you're going, just let me finish the fucking sentence. Anakin, when he killed all those fucking kids, why did the lightsaber not change color? And now you're about to say, well, it wasn't open up and there's no... She didn't have immediate contact with that fucking Kyber crystal.
She literally did.
No, she didn't.
I can show you the frame, man.
Show me the frame.
Okay, I'll show you the frame more.
Because even fucking Darth Vader in the fucking comics had the full crystal out on a fucking table to do that. He didn't have it in a broken lightsaber.
I mean, the obvious reason is because bleeding wasn't a thing. At the time of the prequel trilogy, it was still red lightsabers were synthetic.
No shit. But what my point is, why even do that just because, this is cool? Why couldn't you just make a scene of her just bleeding it?
Well, I mean, one, I think it just, rule of cool, it is Star Wars. It doesn't really follow sci-fi logic that much. And two, I think that would fucking kill the pacing in the last episode, because it doesn't really seem like she's like, I will now become Mrs. Darkseid. It's more like, I want to fuck this hot dude. I'm going to go with him.
Mrs. Darkseid.
Yeah, like it didn't feel like I will now become Sith. It was more like, this dude is at least honest with me and I trust him to not be trustable.
I don't think it should have changed because she didn't seem like... She just seemed more like betrayed than actual like Mrs. Darkseid. Like she doesn't seem Mrs. Darkseid at all.
I love this.
Well, that's the best like description.
I love it.
She didn't seem like Mrs. Darkseid. Also, I fucking cannot stand that actress for Osha/May. She has no facial range at all. All her expressions are the fucking same with everything.
Last night you didn't have any facial range either.
Ooh.
Got him.
Such a gay boy.
Speaking of gay boy, Deadpool and Wolverine came out like a week and a half ago.
It's true.
And we watched that.
Wolverine, great suit. I
It's-
love all Wolverine stuff. Also, Wolverine say fuck a lot.
It's on track to
And-
make $1 billion this
I
weekend.
think it already did. I think
It's like 8 or 9. It's gonna,
Oh, yeah.
no question. I don't know how I feel about this one. I've been waffling back and forth all week long. Because
Same.
it's like, I like it, but compared to the other ones, it's probably the weakest.
Oh, yeah.
But it's still good. I don't know. I didn't like the opening fight scene. It was
You
boring.
didn't?
No.
What? That was like the best choreographed one. What are you smoking?
What is up with you?
Can we kill him?
Yeah, we should.
We should kill him.
At
And
least
use his
compared,
bones.
No, we should kill him with our bow. We're gonna like pull our pinkies out and then put them in his nose.
at least compared to the other fight scenes in the other movies, I didn't like it being intercut with his dancing.
I love that.
In other movies,
Made me
he's
feel some type of way.
Shut up! Fuck! In the other movies, he's dancing as he's killing. In this one, it's cut with him killing and just a dance track. Like it wasn't integrated in the dance. Wasn't integrated into the fight. They were separate, and I didn't like that. I liked
That's
in
fair.
other movies when he's dancing and fighting. It adds a goofiness to it.
That's fair because it wasn't just because the way they had like a dance guy do the dance like, and I think it's supposed to take place right before the fight happens or whatever. So like it's not at the same time. We're just
Right.
seeing it at the same time. So I get what you mean by that. I do think that's like we couldn't literally make Ryan Reynolds learn how to do this dance because like when he's doing it in the other movies, if it even is him in the stunt suit for those fights, which it probably is,
Right.
he's more like doing like a random jig bullshit. Like he's
Exactly.
just kind of like woo.
And that's kind of how Deadpool does it anyway. He just doesn't care if he gets shot. He's going to be the goofy goober as he's killing.
Yes, but the dance number still kind of does go hard though. So
Okay.
I just love that it's a payoff for like a 15-year-old joke, and I can't get over that. But you know,
And also, I love that he was killing everyone with Wolverine's bones.
that was great.
That was very good.
So I'm kind of with you on that one. I think though, so I keep waffling. Yes, waffling on like certain
Blue waffle.
particulars.
Waffle
I love
stomp.
waffles. No.
Waffle stomp.
Hey man, I have to clean up waffle stumps. Fuck you.
Oh yeah, you do. Fucking flat ass.
So there's a lot of when we walked out. You know, obviously we were laughing and giggling. It was a fun time. By all means, you know that's a given, kind
Yes.
of. When I walked out, I think I said I was kind of impressed, not because I was like floored, but I was expecting it to be
Worse.
more of a soulless cash grab, and it is, and it lampshades it, but it doesn't. Lampshading that you're a cash grab doesn't mean you're not a cash grab too. There's enough meat on the bones
Yeah.
that I think it needed more drafts, and I do kind of think the Wolverine thing really drags it down. Not because it's not enjoyable to watch, obviously, but they literally do the same beats as Logan over again with a different version of Wolverine. It's like, okay, I get you wanted to do it. Like, I'm glad that Hugh Jackman got paid $50 gajillion to make a movie with one of his friends. Like, no shit, I can't blame him for that. But, like, they just condensed Logan's plot over again with way less anything to it, and, like, that feels really redundant. Like, X-23 is cool, she's there, but, like, she doesn't provide anything to the narrative. Like, she gives him a pep talk and that's it. Like I don't like that.
So I don't really give a shit to try to be like an actual critic on this movie because I don't expect anything from Deadpool ever. Like I don't expect it to be anything really good or like whoa or blah 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 or like deep or whatever because it's fucking Deadpool. Like he's every single time we see movies, Marvel movies or like superhero movies, they always try to make it like silly or like they try to have like make superheroes crack jokes and all these stupid things. And it's like, to me, that belongs in a movie where the character's like that, and that's Deadpool. If you want to do all these like jabs and whatever, you do it in a Deadpool movie because Deadpool's designed that way.
Right.
And he's just a fucking weirdo for edgy, unpopular fucking furry kids in high school. And so I don't care. Like, sure, it was a cash grab, but it was fun. It looked cool. I got to see Wolverine again. I got to see actual cool Wolverine fucking suits. And a bunch of stupid shit. Gambit being retarded. I got to see...
Homeboy!
I got to see Blade again.
It's the year of Gambit.
And, what else was there? All the fight scenes were fucking fantastic.
I think the one that they had at the base with like their crew was kind of messy, but that's probably just like that's a lot of moving parts and probably not a lot of prep time. Other than Channing Tatum doing like months of prep to play Gambit. Other than that part that we've had pretty confirmed. But like, I think a better way to put it is more like when it ping pongs back and forth from being like this is objectively a comedy movie, not just like it's funny. This is like designed to be a comedy. Mm-hmm. The vast majority of that works for me really well. Obviously, comedy, you have to throw everything at the wall. Some stuff doesn't stick, duh. But then when it kind of tries to loop back around into being like, I don't consider the first two Deadpool movies a comedy. They're extremely funny, but like especially Deadpool 2 has a pretty good amount of meat on its bones. It's shallow, but like
that's why Deadpool 2 is my favorite.
Yes, but like it does have. There is like heart to Deadpool as a character outside of just the jokes, and then when this one it just kind of bounces back and forth, like all the him getting rejected by the Avengers and like breaking up with Vanessa and stuff is like there's a way you could have threaded that about like him not being able to grow the fuck up and then like trying to desperately cling on to something or whatever, but like it just doesn't really go anywhere. It just feels like if you're gonna do it, then do it, but like if you're not going to like try to make those emotional beats work, then just don't even fucking bother. Was the thing that was more like frustrating, I guess. Also, Zeb Wells wrote this, and that was weird because he's the one who did the Spider-Man Paul thing. I can't help but point that out.
The Spider-Man what?
The
No, say it again.
Paul, the current Amazing Spider-Man run where Peter's getting like mega cucked.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Interesting.
It's just a weird thing that this writer seems to have a thing for. It's weird.
Yeah, let's move on.
I'm super excited about Cassandra Nova. I'm psyched for that. I want more. Like, right now. Right now. Press the button.
Bald
right
lady?
Now.
Yes.
Yes.
I thought that she fucking served.
She was awesome. And I really like the crazy and terrible things that she does in the comics. She's a very fun character.
I didn't know she existed until this movie.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Awesome.
I think it was definitely a good pick to use as like a good...
I think she was in the Grant Morrison X-Men run.
I think so.
I think so. I think
But
that's
That
maybe
fucking
when she
wizard
was...
writes everything.
I think that's maybe when she was introduced, maybe?
Maybe. I just like that that actually felt like a really smart choice to use as... The movies never used her, so of course she's in the Void.
Right.
Like, I thought that actually worked really well. And then pairing that off with Gambit being born in the Void, I thought that was good. I would like Mommy to finger my brain like that. And those were prosthetic fingers. I didn't know that. Her fingers are not actually that long. But like they're like prosthetic hands and whatever. It's really,
No fucking way.
yeah, no, they like elongated the actor's fingers.
Something that I discovered while doing research for this and was feeling in the theater and couldn't put a finger on it is that a lot of the multiverse stuff just makes you turn your brain off automatically because so much of it doesn't matter because it's just a multiversal adventure that isn't going to matter in the end. You can see it from the very start of the movie. It's like, now we're going to go in a multiverse pocket and fuck around and do crazy, wild, weird things that don't matter because we're back out of the multiverse pocket, and it just makes it mind-numbing.
Yeah.
That's kind of like... I I know it's not a unique personal hot take, but it was just, that's what was on my mind in the theater, is like, this is mind-numbing because it doesn't matter, and that's frustrating.
So that's fair. I have a theory that there might have been a somewhat different plot for this earlier in production, probably, because that's how they make these damn movies.
Yep.
But it was a thing that I said when I first got out that I was actually more positive on, was the fact that now Wolverine, Laura, and that is the Laura from Logan, and then that the Wolverine from whatever other Earth, are just with Deadpool, and that's Earth 10,005, and they didn't destroy it. And at first I was like, that's actually kind of nice to, like, we're not just going to wipe the slate of all those other quote-unquote bad movies.
Yeah.
But now that I've sat on it, it just means they can use them later.
Yep.
And that doesn't, like, kind of takes away from the sincerity. Because, like, there are hints of that. Like, I'm very attached to the Gambit thing because it was, like, my thing. But I do actually think it's a good example of, like, being aware of how you can use the multiverse stuff to not just be like, haha, remember that, but, like, this is a person who did, like, try to make that character work for so fucking long and was wicked invested in it. And, like, same thing with, like, Blade and Elektra. It's like they didn't get good endings.
Right.
Like, being able to revisit that, not just because, look, nostalgia, because, like, it just didn't smell like that. It did not smell like No Way Home. It had a different stank on it.
Yep.
But when they end the movie by then being like, yeah, and I'm sure we'll see those two characters again for Secret Wars, it's like, I don't want that. That just, it at first feels like a sincere thing, and then it feels like a cynical thing. The more I, like, thought about it.
Yeah.
So, I'm with you. I will certainly watch this again, by all means. It was a hoot.
There's definitely jokes that I didn't catch that I want to. They were, like, I don't know if I just didn't hear it right or whatever, but I was really impressed by the theater, like, trying to keep the laughs down so everybody else could hear. That was really cool.
Yeah,
I was very happy about
it was a
that.
wicked hot theater, and it was a very stinky theater. But I was impressed by the general demeanor, because even, yeah, we both had pretty shit experiences in the theater recently.
Oh, yeah.
And especially for big movies like this, it's usually worse.
Right.
It was better than I expected.
Yeah, it was very good.
Yeah.
I was amazed.
Pretty heckin' cool, my guy.
I laughed really hard during this movie, especially with Deadpool being like, I think your Taylor's a predator, but I don't mind. That whole scene where it's just like he's getting suit up, I'm like, okay, yep. I was like, yep, there's the ass grab, or there's the ass smack, and there's the ball grab, okay. And then it kept happening, like, quicker and faster and faster. I'm like, oh my word, I'm dying.
There were like, most of the jokes I thought were really funny, and then there was ones like that like the entire theater, like, wheezed.
I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah,
that's why it made me laugh so hard.
For sure. I laughed at every Gambit joke because sue me. I don't know about Daddy, but I just know I should have shot out his dick ready.
I said that at work the other day.
Every single time he spoke, I was like, the fuck did he just say?
Yeah.
And, like, everybody else is laughing. I'm like, he spoke English? Like,
I think that.
And then Deadpool ranting about the dialogue coach or whatever. I was like, thank you. Yes.
I think the thing with those jokes that I like, aside from, like, they're excessively crude, which makes them extra funny, is it's inherently comedic that you can't tell what the fuck he's saying.
Yeah. And
it's comedic if you know what he's saying. I think is why they work
it
so
plays
well. Yeah.
It's the new My Name Jeff.
It is literally My Name Jeff too. It's so,
yeah, literally.
No,
that man has been living off of cameos for, like, the past 10 years.
Yeah, no, because it's a shame, because I really do like Channing Tatum. He's a fucking comedian as fuck. But yeah, he's just been in, like, the background of a bunch of movies, not doing much, which is kind of sad. I don't know. I thought that was cool and shit. I like that instead of it, like, it made the character feel like a joke, but it didn't feel like mean, I guess. I don't know. Like,
is he supposed to be the animated series made live action?
No,
is that, like,
that he's always looked like that? He has had the exact same look the whole time. No, it's just like I'm
I was just wondering if it was that universe or whatever.
No, that was this Gambit was supposed to be part of the X-Men universe.
Yes, I know that.
It just but
it never happened. So I was wondering if they were doing, like, different.
No. But the thing with that I did like is because it was, the movie never happened, thusly he never existed and was always in the void and whatever.
So they gave him the full suit. Yeah.
Yes. And for two, like, if he... Currently, he's, like, advocating to Kevin Feige, like, please let me do it! They love me! If he had ever gotten that movie made, he would not have sounded that absurd. Like, they're clearly ramping it up because it's funny.
Yes.
But, like, He also probably wouldn't have gotten that remotely close of an accurate suit. Like, that was kind of one for one.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can critique it because I think it doesn't work for Channing Tatum's body.
No,
like,
dude, he was way too fucking bulky.
Yeah, no, he's white. It's the neck. It's the headpiece thing.
Oh,
but like the suit itself looks fucking amazing. Torso. Yeah, no, but like, I think that's why they went so hard for it. Was just like, so we're probably never going to do this. And Ryan Reynolds was like, hey, buddy, do you want to do that thing that you've been crying about for 10 years?
I've got money, and this would be funny.
Yeah, no. So I think that was cool. I don't know. It is really, like, very 50-50. Like, that feels really cynical, and, like, that's actually kind of nice.
Yes.
So, me.
Yep.
What was that? Oh, yeah. Speaking of
cynicism.
Very nice. Speaking of what?
Cynicism.
True. Batman Caped Crusader, the first season. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Everyone's butthole just clenched. This is going to be fun.
Colin and I agreed that this is the only thing either of us have notes on.
Wow.
Written down.
Holy shit. Colin can write?
I wrote these down as the episodes were, as I kept watching the episodes.
Okay.
I have mine sorted into likes and dislikes and mixed.
I have mine sorted from 1 through 8.
Shit.
And the last 2, I bet I can just riff.
Batman suit has the big ears.
Batman suit, big ears.
And the cape is perfect.
And cape perfect, no purple gloves. But they at least have
big,
same
bulky
shape.
gloves.
Same shape,
Yes,
though.
right.
And I'm fine with that.
Yep.
Big booty shorts.
Big booty shorts.
And they look good.
I hadn't noticed the shorts, but
He got them briefs.
I love the ears and the cape.
I wish Bat Symbol didn't have Bat Head.
Really?
Yeah, I love it when it's just that. That's why the Batman Robert Pattinson suit. That's why I died over that.
The thing with that the symbol I like so much is it's very much so like the 40s and 50s serials, which is the same vibe. Before you rant about the Batcave, was the exact same vibe I got was from. I remember we should cover those eventually. The old serial movies. That's a lot of what the Batcave used to feel like.
Yeah,
it is very simple and stripped down, but like it actually did feel very period piece-esque in a good way for me.
Yes, I love that this whole Batman is actually like, hey. You remember the black and white Batman shows that used to air in like the theater? Guess what? We have a cartoon, and it's basically literally just that. And the Batcave, it's just a
desk.
It's a police detective's office. That's it.
Pretty much.
That's all it is with a garage for his car. And I love that shit. That's like my Batman. I love that so much. And he just sits there and he looks at the map and he's like, yes. Yeah. Just like the 1960s map, yes. It's literally the same thing. It's literally the same map, like 1 for 1 from Adam West's Batcave.
So on that note, my overall positive in that direction that I'm just going to throw out there because I know you guys are going to
hyper-focus.
You're going to do your thing. And I'm not going to try to butt in too much on that. I can try anyways. I'm very impressed how little of this feels like a B-Task retread. Despite the same font and very, like, almost...
It's not derivative.
No, it's not. It's, for the most part, like, they're covering different characters, mostly, very different style. Like, the bat face is the same, and there's a lot of very similar, pretty darn close. Kind of. There's very similar music cues. It's... The showrunner is Bruce Timm, like, no shit.
So,
but it doesn't feel like, but what if we did BTAS in the 40s?
Bruce Timm got, like, if I remember reading an article right about an interview, Bruce Timm got talked to by Warner Brothers. He's like, hey, do you want to, like, bring BTAS back?
And he said, fuck no!
He's like, no, I think I did what I wanted with that universe, and I do want to do Batman again, just I want to do it just a tiny bit different.
Yeah.
And this is what I like about it.
Yes, that was the thing I was nervous about, was like, it's going to feel like a reskin. And it's not.
Can I just see how you have your layout? So we can go back and forth?
Penis.
Because I want to let him do his, shit.
And then my one additional Bruce Timm note, he's fetish posting, and I like it this time, and I'm not, I hate that I like it. I'm shipping. I'm sorry.
That's because there's a lesbian in it.
No!
Get out of here.
No, what? Yeah, I mean, yes. No. Batman and Barbara.
I have a point on Montoya as well.
Oh, dear God. He's doing the thing that is very fun to make fun of him for. I think the dynamic works here, though. It doesn't, because the ages of a lot of the characters are really rearranged. It doesn't feel predatory. It's just like they're kind of the same age.
Is this the thing you were talking about?
Yes, Lego Batman.
Women don't have the same pinup shape?
No, not really.
No, he's talking about how Barbara's not a teenager and she's a full-grown adult.
Yeah,
She's basically Lego Batman.
Yeah,
she's like maybe 5 years younger than Bruce, maybe. Like, she's kind of filling more... Montoya is filling more of the Gordon role, even though Commissioner Gordon is still the commissioner. Like, he's more in the background, and Barbara is filling the, like, tit-for-tat back-and-forth role, which I really do like, because I like how they've rearranged that dynamic.
He said tat.
True. I don't know. It's just he's doing the thing that everyone really makes fun of him for doing, but like it actually feels good and fine because it's not like this is the adopted child I raised. It's like this is a weird coworker I like.
Yes.
Off the go off, Queens.
Go. Oh, you want me to go off? Okay, so I went to pilot. First impressions. I love the era of the design of Batman. I love how he's low tech, and how his costume resembles my favorite bat suit. Love the Batmobile, and love how simple the Batcave is. We already covered that.
Yep.
I do hate a lot of the stylistic choices.
Like?
One of them, making Penguin a female.
I
don't see the need or reason they did that, but if they were trying to make viewers unsettled, it worked. Okay.
That was one of my
I actually figured it out. I think I put together I didn't look into anything. It's because the Iceberg Lounge is explicitly a cabaret, which is a strip club.
Oh, okay.
She's like the mother.
She's the head.
She's like the head bitch of like the brothel, basically.
You know what's?
And I like that dynamic. I think that works well.
I want to say something fucked up. She grossed me out the entire episode.
Yeah.
The entire episode, except for when they're in. She's in her like makeup area, and she's wearing the pink towel and the pink head, and she has no makeup. She has no makeup.
Bonk him.
I was like, why am I feeling some type of way now?
So
like, every other time she looks disgusting. That time, like, without makeup.
She looked like your mom.
No, she did not. No, she did not.
We had discussed that a little bit, and then I rewatched the pilot again
Whoa.
I rewatched the pilot.
So that's why you felt a tickle in your pickle.
Yep.
Okay.
I rewatched the pilot yesterday to rewatch the full show, or to watch the other 9 episodes. And I was thinking about it the whole time. I'm like, so what is there's got to be like a particular logic for that. And I think it does actually make sense because instead of it just being the Iceberg Lounge is a casino and Penguin's the fat little gremlin man that like nobody fucking likes, she can actually play the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, yes, she's not supposed to be a very attractive person, but like in terms of a brothel or a strip club or whatever, like the like head lady
and the personality,
she fits the role really well for that, and that I really actually liked. So I had to think about it for a minute because I didn't get it on first viewing, but I think it works really well without changing a lot about the character at all.
So
great.
I guess it's all. So what I'm trying to say is it's all right. I just at first I really did not get it. I did not like it because I'm like, what are they trying to do? Why are they changing?
It didn't like jump out at you as to like the reasoning for it.
Yeah,
no,
that's where I was at. I was mixed on it. I'm like, I don't really see the point of it, but it doesn't really do any harm. It's just like there's changes in this universe, and that one's fine as it is. So
yeah, especially because the personality is nearly the same.
Right.
Like it
doesn't really matter.
So moving on from Penguin, I also said I love how the voice actor for Dent is the same guy who voiced Batman in Batman Brave and the Bold.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
That's cool.
I caught it.
I really like the actor that they have doing Batman.
I do too.
It doesn't feel like he's trying.
There's a couple times where it does seem
a little bit,
like for the most part.
That was my next note. Is Batman's voice is very good. He does both sides very well.
He doesn't sound like he's doing an impression of anybody else.
Yeah,
he sounds
like I'm doing my emo voice now.
He sounds like...
Especially when he's talking to Alfred. Alfred's like, okay, buddy.
Exactly.
So to me, he sounds like he's like actual successor to Kevin Conroy.
I guess.
Not like he's trying to be him. It's just more like...
It's a very applicable voice. You could use it in like kind of any animated Batman.
I just feel like it would be like a torch pass on to him type of thing.
I don't think he's done this voice before either, because we've had like 3 or 4 other ones that I do like.
I just looked.
I like Nolan North in Origins like a lot, but this guy's really fucking good. I was very impressed because at first I was like, please don't just try to do an impression, and he doesn't. But it doesn't. It also got that same oomph to it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get Spencer's bed springs to squeak, and they're not working.
Okay.
I've already worn them out.
What were you trying to say?
I have a whole box of thoughts that I want to unpack with this one thing. So
okay, I'll let you do that, and then you guys have to let me go through my whole thing.
You just did 2 in a row.
I just did 1. That's 1.
You hit episode 2, I thought.
No. I'm on 1.
Episode 2 is my next thing. So art style in general. So I like Like the gargoyles have the charcoal kind of grit to them.
The whole world does.
Yes, I love that.
It looks
The
like it was drawn on
animation
black paper.
Style feels cheap. I don't really mind, but it's definitely there. And then I had another thought. Like, Bruce Wayne felt like Archer sometimes.
Yes. No. I got the same thing. I
Okay.
fucking love it.
That was kind of weird. I was expecting
I like
dumb
Archer.
quips, and it never happened, thankfully.
No, I want to punch him in the face so fucking bad. He's so good at playing a pompous asshole. I hate him.
I love that you're going through the animation because that's what my second point was going to be.
I know, I saw.
He
But it was literally my next point, so
Nice.
I had to say something.
Yeah, it does feel really cheap.
Yep.
And, like, the characters, it feels kind of cheap. And sometimes the vehicles, I'm like, what is... You're just making the car smaller. You're not, like, drawing it smaller. And I hate that shit. Like, please draw everything. I don't like it.
That was the one thing that I did notice. So again, as I rewatched it, the animation did grow on me a lot more. But I think it was the pilot was definitely the roughest on that front. The character designs are extremely simple, so that probably does simultaneously make it easier to animate and whatever. You were right about the vehicles, though. That is my bigger complaint. Is
But they sound cool.
they do sound cool, but most of the vehicles are where I'm really noticing the animation's lacking off because like the style is immaculate. It's just like the actual frame by frame by frame by frame is pretty. Yeah.
Yeah. So my next point is I've always hated Catwoman being from a rich background.
Yeah.
I more enjoy it when she's a normal person who's been used by society and now she's taking what she deserves. This version, she's just a spoiled bitch, and I fucking hate her. Like, there's nothing about her that's attractive to me at all because she's what?
He wants to agree with you, but he also wants to disagree with you.
Classic suit, good. I know.
Yes, that was what I was going to say. I love the classic purple suit.
Spencer, go.
In addition to the suit, the suit made my jimmies go wee.
Ew, don't talk about your balls like that.
I agree. I think that this trying to compare her with Bruce is kind of pointless because it's been done a billion times with other characters a lot better. But I cannot deny that I fucking love the voice actor and the chemistry between the two, like, and their chase sequences are fucking awesome.
Yeah, sure.
I like that she's just being a petty bitch and she's like, "Come find me, baby!"
Well, I like that. That is Catwoman. She's a petty bitch, but like I just hate when she's a rich bitch and not like because she's so. I like when she's petty, but being petty and like I don't want to say immature, but like she's not thinking. She's not smart. Where when you have the Catwoman we have now, where she's like had to work for everything in her life and be basically smart with her money.
Yeah,
she's fucking smart. The one that we know nowadays is smart, and the rich girl's not.
This one's just perpetual fuck it, we ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a dislike.
Uh-oh.
I don't like the Alfred design at all.
I really hated it at first.
And I don't like that Batman or Bruce Wayne is always calling him Pennyworth until the last episode. That was a dumb arc because he literally grew up with him. He's the father figure. It should be Alfred the whole time. To finally be like, yes, I should include you in my life more and I'm going to call you Alfred because we're friends now is dumb.
I have a point. The Batman. It's the same fucking arc, except he doesn't call him
Pennyworth. Yeah, I don't like the Pennyworth.
Yeah, but it's the same fucking arc.
Yeah, sure. It could be done better.
I agree with Jacob that the
Sure.
arc can be done better, and because Matt Reeves is involved in the production of this, and we did just see it, it does feel a little repetitive. Him being chunky, I don't really care. I get, like...
It was more like the dark hair. I don't like him having black hair. Yeah, it's gotta be gray.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess. On the Alfred note, that I guess my one structural complaint, why the fuck was the Gentleman Ghost episode not like the finale or the penultimate episode? Because that is clearly the most actual magic shit going on, and he does have the like, oh shit, I should respect Alfred now. That should have been the end of the season.
Yep.
Constantine reference.
Yes. That was like my only like, why do they plan it like this? Because it's mostly pretty normal standard, grounded, and then it's like ghost, and then it goes back to normal, and then it spikes up again at the end. It's like, it didn't feel like the B plot stuff, like the Harvey Dent going for election and the Commissioner Gordon stuff. It didn't feel like that in that episode needed to be resolved then. Mm-hmm. That episode, like 85% of that episode could have just been pushed later in the season, and it would have made for a bigger like ramp up.
So, My next point is going to be a big one. Or not a big one, but we're probably going to talk about it for a minute. Firefly good.
Yes.
Yes.
I hate that Bullock is a dirty cop. I like it when he seems like he's a dirty cop, but he's actually the most unwavering motherfucker ever. That's how I see Bullock. I hate the dirty cop shit. It's not him. That's not Bullock. I don't care.
Wow, that's incredible because I have the exact opposite opinion. I was
fucking hate you.
so happy that Flass and Bullock are absolute shitheads again.
I fucking hate you.
I love
Bullock's never been a shithead.
He was in animated series.
No, he wasn't. He was the most unwavering motherfucker ever.
He's a dirtbag. He's not a bad guy. Yes, I agree with. I agree with both of you.
Nah.
I think if the show goes for more seasons, I think that Bullock is going to have a turn of character, and I think Flass is going to get bonked.
So sure,
I'm just speculating. I think that's why they're doing it.
Why I like Bullock, like unwavering motherfucker, is because he's fucking autistic. He is. He's autistic.
He's playing an iPad.
No, he's not like his spectrum of autism is no, this is the way I was taught, this is the way I've done everything, no, this is right, I put you away, you're bad, I'm good.
Yeah, he's very black and white. I've been told by my couples therapist that that's my autism speaking.
What?
Apparently I speak in very black and white terms.
You do.
Black.
And it's very fucking annoying.
Maybe you should come to my couples therapy sessions.
Wait, you went on
Probably
couples
should.
therapy?
Oh my god.
When did that start?
You should start. You should start a new round with just you and Colin.
Oh no! My therapist sees polycules too, so we can do the whole thing. You guys can all
Polycules?
Yeah, but it doesn't work because Colin's scared of Rachel.
That's
What the fuck's a polycule?
when there's more than two people in a relationship.
Oh, fuck that gay shit.
I like that this show is very focused on Batman being a detective again, but there's also the sprinkle of, hey, there's supernatural shit, and you can't fix everything by punching it. It's a really good mix of all of it. I like this. It's hard to point out bad stuff, I guess, when it...
The good stuff is so good?
Yeah, the good stuff is like, yes, detective, but also, yes, supernatural shit that he can't fix by punching.
A cult detective.
Yes!
Yes!
Yes.
I love when Batman that way.
Yes.
I agree.
It's simple and it's old school, but it's good.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, my final point, I guess.
Ooh.
Correct, I have 2 points. I like Harley Quinn Fight Me. 2.
My next point is Harley Quinn.
I will not elaborate any further. 2, my favorite episodes were Gentleman Ghost and Clayface. This concludes my thoughts. I will no longer rebut.
Okay.
I forfeit my time.
Harley Quinn, I don't understand the style change or origin change. It seems like a completely different character other than namesake. Let's see. But seeing Montoya actually being a lesbian is nice. It always seems like people say she is, but don't do anything for it other than virtue signaling.
So the Harley Quinn thing was Bruce Timm being like, that's my character, and I don't like where all of the Harley Quinns have gone. I'm going to do my own thing because I created her. Fuck you.
That's a really good point, actually. But I don't...
But yeah, that was a really good point about Montoya. It's like, there was the other history of the DC universe that recognized it, and I think that's like the only thing.
She's never like an actual lesbian in anything.
Can I use my knowledge on this one to not...
Sure.
That I've seen.
Yeah, I can just elaborate on the point by not making a different point. So it's because she was made by Bruce Timm for BTAS, but because BTAS was under X, Y, and Z limitations, they couldn't make it more explicit. When in the comic adaptations and like follow-ups to all the BTAS stuff, she is, and she's been very frequently in a relationship with Batwoman.
No, I know she.
So I'm just saying that there is material where it exists, but like not in adaptation.
But yeah, nothing that I've seen in adaptations. It's always glossed over, like Colin was saying.
Yes.
Like
one
lips.
What?
Glossed over.
True.
What? I'm so confused. So also, this is gonna sound weird. The race change of Harley Quinn. I don't understand the need or why. It's another like one of those changes like why. So when we go to like now I want to talk about Barbara and Commissioner. I like that because Commissioner always
Mustache gender.
Commissioner Gordon to me has always seemed like a fucking black man. Like, he's that cool black cop that like every dirty cop wants to beat the shit out of him. 1, because they're fucking racist, and 2, he's better than them, and 3, he's actually a good cop. So like that's what it's always felt like to me.
Like,
and it's what's that?
Like the guy from Lethal Weapon. He's
Yeah.
just the based older cop,
Yeah,
and he's black.
Yeah.
He's got mustache.
Mustache gender.
Based.
yeah. And so that's, I don't know, Commissioner Gordon Black, especially solidified for me with the Batman.
It's like the 4th adaptation in a row they've done that now. I think we're just like, outside of like main continuity, he's just black now.
It solidified it for me. It's just like, yes, you are a black man. And then
He still doesn't smoke.
He doesn't smoke?
I don't think he smoked in this.
No, he didn't.
Which is weird because they did have smoking in the show.
Yes.
Right.
I do wonder.
Cringe.
I do wonder why. Like, what
Bring
did
the
they
pipe back.
literally just forget or something?
Not my
Because
commissioner.
they do have smoking in the show. It's not like that's like off limits
If
or
he
whatever.
doesn't have lung cancer from a pipe, he's not my
I think
commissioner.
they're gonna build. I think he's gonna.
He's gonna earn the pipe.
He's gonna earn the pipe next season.
Daredevil's gonna earn the double D's.
So, and Barbara Gordon.
Wife.
Yeah, dude.
I like how
Like-
she softened over this season and was like, could you just use the fucking door?
Yeah. No.
Using the
yeah,
window.
no. She
Suddenly appearing through the window is cringe. Like, really.
like, could you just use a door? Or like, he's like, you were too reckless.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have like.
Shut the fuck up.
He's like, just shut up. And he's like,
Oh, I'm sorry.
dude, when I saw that scene, I'm like, Batman, please don't. And then I was like, because I do the same shit! I do the same shit with Abby! And Abby's like, stop! And I'm like,
Okay.
sorry, I have to go. And I fucking leave. 'Cause I'm like, I don't know what to do!
But yeah, like, it.
Also, Batman's literally autistic in the show.
Oh, yeah.
You literally.
At the start of the season, she's like, I'm about to shoot you. And then at the end of the season, she's like, oh, hey, you're back.
Yeah.
I-
It's like her. I don't see like a relationship in the
Nope.
sense of. I see like a little brother relationship with her.
I'm thinking platonic work wife.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that, or like she's like, I'm gonna shoot you, and then it's like having a little brother, and then you get older. It's like, I'm gonna shoot you when you're little, and then get older. It's like, could you just use my fucking door?
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's like that.
I like that Babs and Harley have a relationship. Like, just
Yeah.
they're just friends. It's a
Yeah.
nice connection, even though like we know that it's Harley. It's nice that was actually seeded through the first half of the season.
I like
Also,
that.
the fact that she calls her Barbie is adorable.
Yeah, I did like that. So we already talked about Occult Batman,
Mm-hmm,
Onomatopoeia,
Yes.
Onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia. There's a T-O in there.
You do know how English works, though.
Fuck you. Onomatopoeia.
He's a Green Arrow villain. I would know this.
I know. Fuck off. Onomatopoeia. Fun take.
Yeah.
And it goes blip, 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 bang.
It was a little underwhelming just because the way it's visual. Like when it's in comics, they literally have the word bubbles, but
No,
like,
I know. Like,
it
it's
was.
it's a power.
Yeah, I know, but like it worked. I think it worked well, and then Batman's like, "Bam!"
No, he says pow.
Oh, whatever the fuck.
Pow. The original.
That whole
pow.
fight was adorable. They're just like,
Yeah, I liked that. That was good.
He's actually a Green Arrow villain?
yes,
Yeah.
Dang. I need more of this.
So I think my last take is I'm not always a big fan of changing Dick Grayson's backstory, but it's fun seeing Jason and Dick having already knowing each other by sharing a childhood, and then we have. So once I saw that, I was like, oh, this is actually cute. This is cool. And then we got Stephanie Brown. Actually, I didn't realize they were saying Stephanie Brown, but it was Steffi. So like it just didn't cross my mind at first. And
By Steffi, I was like, oh, they're doing the whole thing.
No, I didn't think that. I thought, then once I heard Carrie, I'm like, Carrie? No fucking way!
With the slingshot.
And I'm like, fuck off! I hate that shit. I hate that. They skipped Tim! My favorite boy!
Hey, you can't take him away from me.
You can't take my away!
They skipped Damien, too.
Who fucking cares?
Junie By does.
What if?
Well, Damien's his son.
What if he adopts all of them in one fell swoop?
That's what I think he's gonna
It's
do.
kind of implied because
gonna have an
like,
army.
take care of these kids in the orphanage later.
Yeah, so
I'll have my eye on them.
what I would have rather had was Dick and Jason, just those two, because that would have been great.
Especially because Jason has like the little brother complex.
Yeah.
He's like, literally, I dyed
Also,
my hair to look like you for like all of my childhood. Fuck you.
Yeah, that and like Stephanie Brown, I don't give a shit. Carrie Kelly, like, I don't like Carrie Kelly in Batman unless if Batman's old and fucking crippled. Okay, I do not like her in any other context except when Batman's old as shit and
like
all his kids hate him.
That Jason was calling him Dickie like a kid would. It
he's
didn't sound
Jace.
like a kid saying Dick.
Yeah, see, they should say Dickie.
Off of it. Yeah,
Dickie.
Yeah.
Dickie boy.
I cannot wait to see what this fucking army looks like. It's gonna be so strange.
Also, that episode, I don't know who that the bad guy is. Like, you know, the girl?
I think it was just a random vampire.
I think something like that. It's not like a super.
It's
not
not
like a
something. It's not
episode.
from something.
I don't think so. Not that I know off the top of my head. The only, unless I'm mistaken, the only established villain that they didn't like not tweak or anything, because they clearly tweaked Clayface, but like on the whole they like left the most alone was Clayface. Everybody else was either new or like very, very different. Clayface was like visually different. But,
Clayface is the ghost.
Or,
Not the ghost.
No.
What was his name?
The Shadow.
The Shadow, thank you.
Like that's dope as fuck, but that's just like the visual change. But like
Right.
everything else about it's basically the same. But like
Because
I'm so impressed that they're like, yeah, we're gonna pull some shit. Like it would be cool if they could not, use Green Arrow villains. But like they swept their arm across the table. And we're gonna take all these toys and we're only tweak like these two ones we've used before. Everything else is new.
I love sequel baiting Joker. It's got to be one of my favorite genders.
That's true.
So
It happens so often now. It's like, no, everybody's sick of Joker. We're just gonna sequel bait him to death.
So the show was doing so well, and I was like, wow, no fucking Joker at all? That's so cool. And then we get to the last episode, and I'm like, come the fuck on. Like, I was already there when we got to the Harley Quinn episode, because I didn't realize it was Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Because I was like, a clown? What the fuck's going on? Getting tickled? Come on.
The tickle torture was so funny.
And then it was Harley Quinn. I was like, okay.
You know what that reminded me of?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shut up. But also,
My basement.
like, then the Joker's like, perfect. He's got deep fucking voice. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I do think
I reacted
that
the same way. I was like, oh, come on.
I do think it would have been better or would be better if they do a Red Hood thing and then they get to like at least push it down the road
Yes.
somewhere. Or every season they sequel bait them and they never do it. That would be great.
Or what they could have done was in this season, literally show Batman pushing Red Hood off, like at the beginning of an episode.
Yeah.
Push him off into the vat by accident and then go on with a completely different story.
That's what I was saying. Like that's what I theoretically I would do that for like season 2. Like one episode is just like breaking up a gang or whatever, and like that's just a background. He's like, whoop, and then
background thing.
way later it comes back into play.
Yeah.
Whoop, splish.
Yeah, true.
And then we never see him again.
This show gets a let's see, 6 bat bullets out of 7 bullet teeth.
Holy shit, that's higher than I thought you were gonna give it.
I liked in the final episode when Batman picked up the gun and shot at, what was it, Flash?
Yep.
Right? And I was like, holy shit, he did the thing! And he only went around Flash's head and then he yeeted the gun. I was like,
I was kind of let down by that.
Batman is like the biggest anti-gun propaganda in America.
Well, I loved...
This is the weapon of the enemy. We do not use this.
Exactly.
So, as a grappling hook.
So I really liked when he picked up the gun. I'm like, oh, are we going to go back to original Batman where he shoots people? And I'm like, come on, let him kill someone!
No, we have to jump the shark and we need to get the Gatling gun on the plane.
Yes.
When he escalates to having actual child soldiers, we just put a gun on a plane.
Yep.
The Batwing has the the tracer missiles.
So, you remember the stupid the clone dropship from, like, all of Clone Wars?
Stupid. You mean
No,
the
it's
AT-
cool as shit. Shut up. It was first showed in episode 2.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Batman literally has, like, those fucking gun pods on the Batwing, and it's just a Robin for each one.
Yeah. I did not think you were going to give it that high of a rating, to be honest with you. Like, it seems like the times we've kind of touched on it, you've been more negative than it sounds like you are.
Yeah.
Weird.
Well,
I'm not gonna complain.
so one...
He came around on it on the third viewing.
Yeah, 8th viewing.
It was 3 viewings.
Oh my god!
So, because I was working on my Lego Batcave.
Of course he was. If it can get him to that state, it's a good show.
That's what I'm saying. So my biggest gripes were like, really the Harley Quinn and like, so Bullock's one of the big gripes. The
animation.
Penguin. So the Penguin. Which one? You explained the Penguin, right?
Yeah.
So just now when you said that, I was like, okay. So give me a reason why you changed something, and it makes sense. I'm on board. I'm on board. It just makes sense.
So I think when I was watching the episode, I was trying to pay attention for that because I was trying to sort it out. I think they said that it is a like they did explicitly say that the iceberg, like when they're doing the fundraiser there, it's like off hours.
Right.
They did say that it is a cabaret, but I don't think they made it more clear, and that probably is like a content thing.
They should have.
I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm just saying that's my gut says they probably couldn't just be like, and strippers.
They should have done that.
I'm not saying they shouldn't.
So,
I'm just,
in the Harley Quinn thing, you pointed out why the change.
Yeah.
So that brought me around. I'm like, right, it is his character. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. So my problem is when people change a character and it's not their character and they change it so drastically to me, I'm like, no. But it's his character. He can change it however the fuck he wants.
It would be cool if over time some of the things that because I'm sure she'll come back, like some of the new traits and visual aesthetics and stuff that they have for her here will kind of get pushed over into the comics and stuff. Not like we just changed the whole thing, but like literally the character went into the comics because of BTAS. We get some nudges here and there.
On the no strippers or whatever, I was really annoyed that this is rated TV-14 because they say ass and damn. Like, what in the actual? What are we doing?
I think they cut off like one son of a bitch. I actually thought it was going to be a bit more.
They cut off a couple of bitches,
yeah.
which I thought was funny.
Yeah.
By the point, it's like you have the rating. What are you doing? One person said GD like one time.
Yeah,
it was like I don't understand.
It doesn't feel any more.
GD.
Goddamn. It doesn't feel any more content mature than BTAS. It just the tone's a little bit more bleak. Maybe I don't know. So like they could have. This does feel more like a TV PG.
I think a lot of the animated series, at least in the first season, is like bleaker. It's darker. It's I don't know.
When Batman gets his Robins,
You gotta say fuck.
he actually has. They better make him have a trophy room, because that's the only reason why he ever has a fucking trophy room is because of Dick Grayson, and that would be so amazing. Because he's like, yeah, my kids really wanted it, so I got them, man. You know, I love it when Batman's like that. He's like, my kids wanted it.
My kids wanted this Lego kit, and I just had to get it.
They wanted the dog.
The kids wanted the giant T-Rex. I love that panel where they're like on the dinosaur island, Justice League, and Green Lantern's like, oh, dinosaurs. And Batman's like, I love dinosaurs. And Green Lantern's like, Batman likes dinosaurs? He's like, yes, I have a giant green T-Rex in my Batcave. Like,
you should read Batman Universe. It was
Batman
when
what?
Universe. It's written by Brian Michael Bendis. I think it's 6 issues. I think it's art by Nick Darrington, if I remember correctly. It was during that weird phase, like early COVID, when DC made a bunch of their books for Walmart, which was really weird. But it's like a standalone, very like Silver Age. I'm pretty sure there's dinosaurs in it. Just throwing it out there.
Well, I don't like dinosaurs, but I love that Batman likes dinosaurs.
You get my point. It's got that vibe to it. It's real goof.
I love when Batman's like really fucking autistic. It's the funniest shit because he's like, I'm going to kill everyone, and then he's like, actually, my kid said no.
Actually, I need to go have my hot chocky.
Yep.
I'm talking to Spencer right now. $5 on the table right now. Colin likes dinosaurs after he reads Bartosaurus Rex.
True.
Moving on. Thank you to our patrons, Caitlin, Jeff Lawrence. They both went to patreon.com/Time Comic Bros Network.
With that money, I was able to re-up my Amazon Prime subscription so I could actually watch this damn show.
And they gave us money.
Yes.
They give us money. They've given us money for a long, long time.
Yes, and they get stickers and early access to episodes.
Yes.
And other stuff.
Other stuff. We're working on the other stuffs to celebrate season 5 because holy shit, we've been doing this for a while now.
Yeah. Also, a thank you to Jetpack Comics and Games in downtown Rochester, New Hampshire.
They've been doing comics a lot longer than we have.
True. I was actually talking with Kyle and Rich about the show before I watched it because they were both like, fuck, I can't say anything. It was very funny. And then we were having discussion about how streaming is shit because this should clearly just be going straight to Max.
Yes?
Yes.
DC's so stupid.
Yep.
Next week, it shall be a Deadpool 2.
No.
Nope, you're right. Nope.
Finally.
Yes.
Even last night, I was still thinking that we were doing the gaming show today. And I'm like, what am I doing?
Next episode will be Dime Gaming Bros, where I have a super secret special surprise. And Jacob is talking about Resident Evil 8.
If I can finish it.
Sure.
I'm on the last level.
He can finish. Finish.
I gotta write my review, too.
True.
I finally started saying the line at work.
What line?
The dildo of consequence rarely arrives lubed.
Nice. How do the guys take that?
Oh, they love it. They're not smart enough to remember how to say it right.
Right.
But
Yeah, it'd be like that. Because it's too long. It's not like it's just 3 words.
but it's eloquent.
It is eloquent. So is this. Cunt.